staff's been doing a great job. Unfortunately, we do have a couple of people on vacation, so I think they're having a better time than we are today. But staff's really been doing a great job. Unfortunately, we did have to post Mr. Trustman's job. He will be leaving us soon. Probably not soon enough for him. I think he will enjoy retirement when he gets to it, but we're going to use up every ounce of strength he's got left. And he's very graciously offered to stick around and help show the new person, whoever that might be, the ropes. So we've got that job posted on the city's website. It's going to be posted on the MML, I believe, tomorrow. We did ask the post to put it in the newspaper today, and unfortunately they couldn't get it. So
their request for cake.
I guess you'll have to talk to Mr. Trustman about that.
Chocolate, vanilla.
Ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
I love chocolate.
Chocolate.
Gluten-free, dairy-free.
Chocolate cake.
And other than that, I'll just say that I think I lost a bet by 3 minutes. So that's unfortunate, but that's all I got for you.
We're not done yet.
What time we're going to be done?
Okay. Any other questions of the manager on his report? Department reports. Any questions of Mr. Trustman? Hearing none. Moving on to the police department. Officer Kelly.
Include those reports quarterly again.
Very nice.
Yes.
We are ranked again first calls per resident, which is good.
I love how
I'll take your word for it.
you're very responsive.
Yes. There's 2 reports. The other one you'll see that most criminal responses were down. This quarter, 17, we were from 16. There's a couple civil matters that were up. So, all in all.
There's a lot of mud for our fire department. I feel like that's our big thing.
But that's not included on ours
Right.
unless we respond.
Right. But I feel like that's our biggest, is the med ones.
Any other questions?
The speed limit reader in machine in town,
I have requested that's broken.
That means a laugh.
Yeah. And I don't know, I actually just requested that probably less than a month ago, and it's still down. So when it's fixed,
Run the list.
They have one on 131 right now.
that's not us.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we get to go steal that.
I don't think we do.
Unless you're going to cover me.
It's called Little Reading.
True.
We actually probably could get a blinking orange one, just a plain Jimmy.
I
I have the great one with the truck stick.
That would be a bad idea with the big, all the construction and the trucks, and the library and all that down on that corner. That's
That'll be all done here in September.
Well, even if you
except
had
for maybes.
a dummy one out there that wasn't clocking anything, but it still had your alleys, they have that one down to Rockford when you're going on that back road. And people can, every time you see your speed, you slow down. Not everybody that's speeding is deliberately speeding.
So that's the one on 131 is that. He's saying it's broken.
Well, I think I do have access to some of just the plain Jane ones.
Oh.
I don't have the one with all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, not Mary Jane, just the plain Jane.
Just the one that tells us. Great. Whatever you can do would be appreciated. Thank you. Mr. Chief Frazier.
Something I wanted to bring real quick.
Oh, here we go.
I have a request to
You also.
seeing as Mr. Trustman isn't going to be here very much longer, I'm going to use this time.
Make sure you set the timer, Mr. Trustman.
You have my reports if there are any questions. We had a busy month. However, we're scheduled for our annual ISI flow testing in June. It's mandated that we have to have all of our, we bought the bottles, now we have to have the packs tested to make sure there's no malfunctions. That runs about $1,600 to $1,800 a year. I run it by Mr. Womack real quick last week. Is that something that I need to seek quotes for, or do I have permission from the council just to go ahead and okay that? Because ISI Viking Douglas out of Sanford is the only repair, sales, replacement facility in the state of Michigan.
And isn't that a budgeted thing we do
It
every
is
year?
budgeted, yes, but it's,
Anything to
like I
fix
said,
it.
about $1,800.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the problem was it's literally the only place in the state
Yeah,
of
we
Michigan.
have some of that with the water, like the
Parts
parts
and
on
meters
the,
and stuff.
yeah, no, I don't
Yeah, I don't
think
have a
we've ever
problem with it.
tried to get
I
those.
know where you're at.
Just,
Yeah.
so, just let council know we'll be getting in, this talking a bill for roughly $1,800,
Sure.
and I do not need to seek quotes for that.
Correct.
Other than that, if there's no questions from
Yeah.
council,
I have one. Saturday, we have the open house at the new library, correct?
I believe that's.
Yes.
There's a picture of you in a nice uniform. You gonna be there in that?
No.
Okay.
That is, what do they call them, Mr. Womack, help me, mean? Is that what they call them when you get something?
I think it's very distinguished.
A meme?
Look at me.
Little Photoshop maybe?
You coined it, you give us the definition.
It's where they take a picture and they add things to it.
Photoshop.
Yeah, whatever that.
Well, Mr. Fraser, I understand that Mr. Stressman has a tutu he could borrow.
Oh, pardon me?
Easy now, easy.
I would.
Moving on.
Mr. Mayor,
Hasten to
I,
find out why Mr. Sheffrin has a picture.
Mr.
We have a question.
Mr. Fraser, I was just gonna say, do you have access to the very lovely drawings and renderings we had out at community night of the potential new fire
I
hall?
have no clue what you're talking about.
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Mr. Womack has a set, we have a set.
two questions. One, will there be a set of those out at the library grand opening?
Yeah, that is the plan, yes.
Okay. And then second, I would like to help the fire department go around to our local meetings and chat about those.
Hi, my name is Mr. Conley, I'm with
You
the
got it.
council.
You got
If
it.
you give me $50, I'll put your name on a brick for the station.
Or even more. So I would like to be able to get with you and as the communications person and so on, and have someone from the fire department come with me to some of those things.
In that uniform.
Just the person. Yeah.
Okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be you.
I think
It
it's
could be
what
you
we're
or-
after. We're gonna really start promoting the new fire station. We get to all the community groups and organizations and meetings and get the word out.
We can do a fireman's ball.
I think we should do a fireman's ball, but I think we need to get those drawings out to the women's club, the Rotary, the Lions, the garden club.
Wherever we
the-
can.
I would be more than willing to work with anybody that would like to spearhead that, yes.
So,
If I could, folks, I think we're getting a little ahead of things. It really hasn't been determined what we're planning on building yet. That was a concept to give them an idea. The cost is somewhat prohibitive. I believe the city manager said he was gonna work with Marty and the guys on the design team to try to whittle that cost down a little bit. Before we start making plans for getting the financing, let's find out where we're going with it first. That's my input on it, okay?
I can see Mrs. Conley's point of view too, that if we get it out there and get the public interested and involved in it,
yes.
if, and I strongly use the word if, it goes on the ballot for a millage or something in the fall,
To be determined.
the public will be aware of what we're asking for and have an idea and possibly have some ideas that we could implement. Possibly.
It's also an opportunity to get some feedback from the community
Yep.
of, what do they feel, obviously you know what we need from a structural perspective, but what do they as a community feel like they want to see?
I would be willing to work with council or anybody that
We'll
would
see.
be willing, but I would
So-
suggest that we work it out with Mr. Womack too.
Yeah, well, we'll have
Just
a
as the
committee.
communications person, I wanted to make sure council was on board with that, and then I didn't want to be writing a check for the fire department cash in the perspective of having somebody show up with some stuff. I hadn't said something to you.
Mr. Mayor, may I add, Mr. Gross?
Sure.
So Jerry, what are you thinking would be the drawbacks of getting out early, into the community with this idea?
If you present the pictures that you have right now, this is the picture they have.
Mhm.
If if you go out there and tell them this is gonna be 1.7, they're thinking, geez, we can't afford it. If you show a beginning, and this is where we've come to, and this is the least that we can do, then they understand that you've gone from here and worked your way down to here to give them exactly what they need without going too extravagant. That's my personal opinion. You're dealing with a want right now. Let's get it down to the need. What do we exactly have to give the fire department a very good home with the idea that you could build on in the future? But let's get it down to a reality. We've all heard people say our taxes are too high in the city of Cedar Springs. And going for money is a lot of times a tough thing to go for. Believe me, my heart's in the fire station, okay? I tried to get some monies for an addition in the past. Unfortunately, the library and stuff made that impossible, because that would have been a whole lot cheaper. So, I want them to have a good home. I want them to have someplace they can be proud of. Because, believe me, as being on the fire department and stuff, what we have is not anything to be proud of, as far as the station.
It wasn't 75, right? 76.
It's been made for a long time.
79.
79.
Okay. Oh, we got a lot more discussion to do on this.
Well, just one real quick, like Mr. Gross was saying, this looks to be higher end. Trust me, this is basic bare bones. This isn't a lot of frivolous stuff, and we can tweak things like the siding and
Absolutely.
you know, instead of going complete brick, we could go up halfway and stuff like that. It's not an extravagant building. My thought was on that right from the get-go, something economical, practical, what we need, and an office with a window.
Yep.
That's all I asked for.
We've had a lot of discussion with myself and the chief and Mayor Womack and others with the committee, and kudos to the persons in the fire department. They came up with this conceptual drawing, and it's not balanced. It's bare bones based on what we need. So we can move it ahead.
Can I ask that we maybe have a straw poll of how the council feels about myself and as the communications person and the fire department going out with this?
I think that we could run that through Mr. Womack. I think everybody's on board with that. It's just the timing now is what we're
Okay, because I get out of school in June, and my goal is to, I got some new
For
red
what it's
dresses.
worth, Mr. Mayor, I believe that everybody is right, and we're just not using the right words.
Yep.
I think what we should be doing, and what Ms. Conway can help with, is creating a groundswell.
Right.
At the library grand opening, we're going to do something similar to what we did at the community night, and that is seek out public opinion about various topics in the city.
Yes.
One of which is the fire barn. We will have representatives there to discuss matters with the public if they'd like to come chat with us. But yeah, I'd like to bring this information on the public, and we'll go from there.
I think you can go there. That sounds swell. Okay, Madam Clerk.
I have a report for you guys in your agenda packets. Other than that, we are doing a registration drive for graduating seniors and other eligible students at Cedar Springs High School May 18th. That's something that's come along new, and we have a finalized date for that. So looking forward to work with other local clerks in the area to get young individuals registered to vote.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Any questions of the clerk?
I would just like to say you did an amazing job with the election. Thank you. It was very efficient and effective, and got right in and right out.
Okay.
Back in the day when I was in high school, we couldn't graduate if we were 18. Mr. Merlington refused to sign our diploma unless we were registered.
Oh, that's so
So
wrong.
that was, pretty interesting because we had just gotten that vote as 18-year-olds. So that was kind of a cool deal.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and he came right down here and checked to make sure we were.
That's so Ronnie.
I was running.
Oh, that's so
Okay,
Ronnie.
any questions of code enforcement? Building inspection? Boards and commission, the meetings from the CDBG? And we're at this time on council comments. Mr. Clark.
I passed.
this week as much as I could do and see how it's all coming together and see Kurt riding around on his tractor. His tractor is so sexy, he's picking up women.
Oh, yeah.
Driving people around. So funny. It's just been delightful to spend that time with everybody. Thank you. Love everybody.
This comment.
Oh, this library, I'm so unbelievably. I moved here in 1999. It was within that next year we started trying to make this happen.
Okay.
It's amazing. So thank you to everybody that's been a piece of that. And now I'm really looking forward to moving to build a new fire station. That's really the next thing we need.
Thank you. Mr. Rose?
I've probably made as many comments as I need to make tonight. Probably made a few enemies, but I think when we work together with everything, we can work out with it. I know the subject of the air models, and Chief Frazier had an opportunity to talk a little bit before the meeting, and it worked out well. So, good enough. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hopkins?
Well, like everybody else, I'm looking forward to the grand opening of the library on Saturday, and the Renaissance Fair the next Saturday, Sunday.
It's a busy time. Summer too. Mrs. Nixon?
Well, first of all, I hope that Mr. Womack isn't going to be penalized by the minute going over the 9 minutes.
Keep it short then.
I guess, congratulations on this reach out to the high schoolers to get people registered to vote. It's a big passion of mine. I frequently said to people's faces, if they don't register to vote, we can't be friends. So thank you for that. And as far as Mr. Gross, I have found all of my fellow council members to be intelligent and reasonable people. And even when we disagree, it's still important that we put our points of view out there so that we can discuss and understand each other. There, I'm done.
Mr. Mayor, I did have one more thing I wanted to say. Sure, Mr. Russell.
Go ahead.
I was just kind of addressed that, we talked about Tom's going to be leaving shortly. I just wanted to thank him for all the service he's given our community.
I want to add one thing too. The mayor was actually moving stones at the library last night. So you may be just a little tired.
Grouchy?
It was good to see him out there.
There was 2 nights of stone shoveling.
Yes.
I just got cold.
We had a great turnout both nights, or all 3 nights, and we've accomplished a lot. And there's more to be done, so there'll be more times to volunteer there. The exciting day will be Saturday when we do the final ribbon cutting and dedication, and it'll be a great time. I want to thank all the employees for doing all the diligence on the budget, and we have a good one. It looks really good, and hopefully we can move forward with it. And Tom, it was a hard decision for me to make when I retired, but now I don't know how I ever worked.
It's not difficult.